this afternoon. City of Alamo Board of Commissioners, regular commissioners meeting for the month of April, Tuesday, April 15th, 2025 at 6 p.m. at the Alamo City Hall, 420 North Tower Road, Alamo, Texas, 78516. We will now call this meeting to order. We'll go to item A, Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. Please stay standing, Pastor Tuttle.
Let us pray to the Lord. Jesus, we're so happy that you've given us a chance to be here tonight to participate in the government of our city. Lord, we thank you for how our fire department, our police department responded to help us in time of emergency. Lord, we just ask that you'll continue to bless, and in the city council for our mayor, our commissioners, that you'll give them supernatural wisdom on how to direct our city. Lord, we ask also that you'll wake up our youth to the importance of participating in the city. Lord, we just ask that you'll awake in them this desire for government. In the name of Jesus we ask, amen.
Thank you, Pastor Tuttle. We'll now go to presentations and announcements. Ms. Alex.
Yes, Mayor and Commissioners, there's a couple announcements. First of all, I want to congratulate the City of Alamo for placing first place for the small community category under the Community Challenge that we started back in January. And I also want to recognize our top 10 our participants. These are our employees from the city, so I want to congratulate them. Ms. Crystalyn Rojas, Roberto Flores, Ms. Nina Chavez, Ms. Lia Yades, Ms. Rosalinda Sloss, Ms. Naomi Perez, Mr. Ricardo Jimenez, Adrian Guajardo, and Erica Garcia. So I want to congratulate those individuals. Also, we will be closed on Friday for Good Friday. So if you guys have any questions, please check our Facebook and social media for more updates.
Thank you, Ms. Alex. Bobby, do you have anything? Okay. Mr. Oyuke. Yes, sir.
Good evening, commissioners, and Mr. Mayor and staff. Take this opportunity to remind everybody that we're going to have a book signing and book release next Thursday from 6 to 8 at the library. And the Friends of Museum are going to be there to sell the books. And the price of the books are $27, including tax, and the publisher price. And also, they're going to be taking checks, cash, or cash up. So I believe that everybody should have one of those books if you're from Alamo. And also, it will be an honor to have all of you guys there for the presentation. So thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, from 6 to 8.
Thank you, Mr.
Got it. Thank you, Mr. Oyuke.
Thank you.
Do we know how many books you have in total available?
We have about 190 books right now, and all the books that are purchased there are going to be signed. So if you buy it online, then it's not going to be, obviously, it's not going to be signed, but you can always take it to the museum and they'll sign it. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? Okay, we have a couple presentations this evening. We're going to start off with our Dazzlers. Can I please have you guys come to the front? This is our PSJA Early College High School Memorial Dazzlers who recently brought back a national championship. So on behalf of the city, we want to congratulate you, and we also have a proclamation to present to you. So I'm going to read it as follows. Whereas the PSJ Memorial Dazzlers has demonstrated exceptional talent, dedication, and sportsmanship throughout the 2024-2025 competition season. Whereas the team has consistently earned top-tier accolades and recognition for their outstanding performances at multiple prestigious events. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the PSJ Memorial Dazzlers is hereby congratulated for their remarkable achievements during the following assessments and competitions: the TDEA Fall Assessment, Division 1 ratings, the TDEA Spring Assessment, Division 1 ratings, the ADTS RGV Spectacular Regional Competition, the Showtime Regional Competition, the ADTS Nationals Competition in Denton, Texas. Be it further resolved that the coaches, dancers, and the staff of the PSJ Memorial Dazzlers are to be commended for their hard work, teamwork, and determination in achieving these outstanding results. Their efforts have brought pride and honor to our school, community, and they continue to set a high standard for excellence in dance and performance. Congratulations to the PSJA Dazzlers. At this time, would the commission like to say a couple words?
I'd just like to say congratulations again and thank you for continuing to put Alamo on the map as a dance program for the PSJ Memorial Early College High School. This is, I think, the second, third year that you all come and we get to to congratulate you for representing the city of Alamo. So thank you all and congratulations again.
I too would like to say a few words. As a fellow Wolverine, it makes me very happy to see you guys go all the way to nationals, and you guys won big time. So I'm very proud of you guys. I want to echo what Commissioner Salinas said here. You know, it's a huge accomplishment. So whoever's not a senior, please come back next year with another big win. So thank you all.
Well, this is not a surprise because you guys always do well for your school and for your school spirit, and not to mention your sponsors that are always spending all this time with you guys, and not to mention your parents. I think your parents are very proud of all the work that you guys put into being the Dazzler, right? Dazzler. I know it takes a lot of time from your studies and whatnot, but still able to compete at your level. It's a great accomplishment for every single one of you all. And then kudos to your parents for putting up, with you guys to you guys an opportunity to do this. And I know they're very proud of you guys. So thank you again for representing our school in a very awesome way. So thank you very much.
Congratulations, young ladies, and to your parents also for investing in you all. And what you all just accomplished, you're going to remember for the rest of your life. There's times I look back and I reflect, I was like, man, high school feels like it was just yesterday, and I already had my 10-year reunion. So this is something you're definitely going to be able to remember forever and share with your family, your future children, and friends. So God bless you all. Thank you for representing our city, for representing the school with pride. You all are amazing, and keep doing whatever you all do.
Thank you, Commissioner. At this time, we will come to the front and take a photo with you guys.
No testing.
You're up, Mr. Roa.
Test, test, test. Yeah. We also have a state silver medalist, Brendan Gonzalez, who's a senior. He won the silver medal in the 132-pound division at the state level. A current record holder for the state in bench press with 375 pounds, almost 3 times his body weight. Can we please have Coach Garcia, Coach Gonzalez come up with him? Congratulations, Brendan.
Coach, would you all like to say a couple of words on behalf of Brendan and everything he's accomplished?
Sure.
Thank you.
Good evening,
Good evening.
everyone. I'm Coach Garcia. I'm here to help recognize Brendan Gonzalez. Brendan is a senior at PSA Memorial High School where he competed in powerlifting for 3 years. If you don't know, powerlifting measures 3 different lifts: the squat, bench press, and deadlift. As a sophomore, Brendan qualified to state, but came just short of medaling. Unfortunately, due to some injuries, his junior year, he was not able to participate. But Brendan loved the sport so much that he hung around, and he helped both teams, and he was quickly the fan favorite and was constantly asked to help wrapping their knees during competition. So he stuck around, knowing his senior year was still yet to come. Coming into his senior year, Brendan was determined to get back into the state competition. Brendan did just that, but first he qualified to regionals. If you don't know, our region, Region 5, is the toughest region for powerlifting. So if you can medal at regionals here, you are almost guaranteed to medal at state. Brendan qualified to regionals in the 132-pound weight class. At regionals, he lifted a total of 1,320 pounds. At regionals, he also broke the regional record of a bench press of 365 pounds. After that, he was able to qualify to state. At state, we did have a hiccup. Brendan came in at 0.4 ounces over body weight. If you don't know, you have to be exactly 132 pounds flat or less. Brendan's hair was longer. Luckily, I found a coach that faced similar issues that I saw she had a pair of scissors. I asked her kindly if I could borrow those scissors, and we went to work. We cut off exactly 0.4 pounds of hair, and he made weight.
Wow.
So after that, we treated him to a nice meal at Texas Roadhouse, and he rested for the next morning's competition. At state, Brendan came in as the number 9th ranked lifter in the whole state. He was able to compete. He had one of his best meets of the year. He saved it for the last. He set PRs in squat, bench, and deadlift. With the total weight, he lifted 1,380 pounds, and he also set a new state record of 375 pounds. That is an amazing feat, and I hope that record stands for a long time. I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to recognize our great athlete of the city of Alamo and PSA Memorial High School. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. to everybody? I mean, no, I'll just wish you some good luck. Appreciate it. Now that you're here, you know. We also have our new PSJ Memorial Varsity Head Football Coach, Coach OG, with us. I want to thank you for coming by, Coach. Welcome to City Hall. This is your place. Anytime you need anything here, you're more than welcome. If you want to just say a couple of words.
I don't think I need a microphone because being a coach, I'm always as loud as I can.
That's fine, that's fine.
I want to thank you guys for the welcome and for presenting our kids because it's some accomplishments that take a lot of work and dedication. We're working real hard right now. We're actually asking the kids to come in early in the morning for workouts. So we're able to already install football in the class period. So I know a lot of the kids, a lot of people were saying, no, you can't do it at Alamo. It's like, we are, and we've been doing it. We've been having 50-plus kids there every morning. And the coaches are putting in tireless hours. It's great to see, like, the kids show up every morning, parents dropping them off early in the morning. It's an awesome sight. But I want to thank you guys for welcoming us. I've been a part of Alamo I was here for 5 years, back in 2008. So about 2012, went to the playoffs. Luis Gonzalez was our quarterback. And it was great to come back. You can't, it's great to be back after, I came back after some stints at San Benito and other schools. And when Coach Litz asked me to come back, I was like, no doubt I want to go back to Alamo because I'd already been there and know what it's about and know what the kids are about. So I was excited to come back, and now to get the opportunity to be the head coach and lead the program, it's an even bigger honor. So I want to thank you guys. Look forward to having a great season and especially making young men out of these kids. That's the biggest goal, is to making them productive citizens for us. But thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Go Wolverines, let's go,
Go
guys.
Wolverines.
Yeah, let's go.
I have one more.
We have another quick announcement.
Just a quick
Bobby?
announcement. We have the Road to Recycling free tire collection event, April 23rd, 2025. This will be 4 tires per person maximum, no oversized or tractor tires. There's a need for proof of residency, so we need to see a driver's license or utility bill showing that you do live in the city of Alamo. They must be a resident of collection site. The site should be open by 8 a.m. and will close once it's full. They normally close around 3 p.m. The location where we will be collecting these tires will be 413 South 9th Street. That's all I have.
Thank you, Bobby. Anyone else have anything else? Commissioners, anybody?
Bob, is there anybody who can assist if they're not able to remove the tires themselves? Let's say they're caring for and they have a small vehicle.
We usually do have staff available.
Would it be Julio, Public Works? Julio?
Yes, normally Public Works would aid in that.
Okay. I know there was also some, I got some calls regarding some of the elderly folks after the floods. They were, weren't able to make it to the trash bins. If they leave it out in front, is there something that we can do, or are we running our units by there for pickup?
Yes, we've been doing routes, or even the call that we get at the office, and we send the guys out there.
Okay, perfect.
Julio, great job on the collection of all that debris and stuff and mattresses you guys did last week. Thank your staff. You guys did a great job of putting that event together, man. Good job.
Anyone else? Okay, we will go to consent agenda. Does anyone wish to pull or amend any of the following items, 1 through 7?
Mayor, I just had a question for Bobby on number 6, on the energy contract.
Yes,
Is this who we're dealing with for the solar for the lights, the replacement on Duranta and the soon to be on Tower Road?
NG is the one that is providing power for the city.
Okay.
They are basically our electric provider, and we have a contract with them. They're the ones that serve us with power.
So
In
would they be
regards
the
to
one?
Tower Road and all that, I'm gonna ask Mr. Juan Galvan to come up. He is with Valiant Energy, and he is our energy consultant.
So
Good evening.
MG is
Thank you
not,
for having
is
us.
not the one that would be taking care of that, would it?
NG is not.
No, I would be handling that.
Okay.
Can you explain kind of how it works so the commission? Yeah.
Yes, I know we've had some issues currently with AEP. There was some turnover within their departments. It was signed to Mr. Edgar Elizondo. First, it was signed to Adderley Lopez. He got too much on his plate, so then it was signed to Edgar Elizondo. So now we actually have Carlos Villa is the engineer in charge, and that's the reason why it's been so delayed. My apologies, but we're actually on it. As of April 10th, we submitted everything necessary, so we're already on the next step, which would be invoicing. And then at that point in time, once the invoice comes in, we review it with the city administration, we submit a payment, and then the repairs are done within a timely fashion, usually 2 to 3 days usually on those lights.
Okay. And then, so then from there, we'll move on to Tower Road.
Correct.
Is that the plan?
All that
No.
is part of that.
Oh, it's
If I
all-
may
it-
interject,
oh.
if I may interject, all those projects are in the works. So we're knocking them all out at once,
Oh, okay.
yes.
Perfect. Great.
So then the lights will just start going up. I mean, we'll just start seeing.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Perfect.
Juan, can you give us a real quick presentation regarding the contract that we're going to extend?
Yes, currently, we were able to assist you guys right after Winter Storm Uri, when you guys got hit by that big charge, when the ancillaries weren't covered. Average savings was $50,000 a year. The term of the contract was 8 years, so about $400,000 roughly. What we're doing right now is, due to the demand and where the market's at, we're just forward locking the contract to get a lower rate. If the market ever does drop, we have a blend and extend clause in there that will lower the rate at the current rate if we see that dropping. But what we're doing right now is to take advantage right now, keep the ball in our court essentially.
Because, Mayor and Commission, the way it's working right now, the contract won't expire until 2030, I
That's
believe.
correct.
In 2030 is when our current contract expires. But by then, who knows what rates are going to be doing. So what we're doing is basically doing it early so that we can already
Lock
have
in.
those rates locked in early in 2025 prices instead of 2030 prices. And as Juan mentioned, if the rates do go down, then we always have the option of dropping it,
But not going up.
not going.
They'll never go pair, that's correct.
Exactly.
Awesome. Thank you, Juan. Other than that, if nobody has any other questions, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. We will now go to our regular agenda. We'll go to item D, consideration and action to approve a proclamation declaring April 2025 as Fair Housing Month.
I believe there's a proclamation on somebody, there it is,
Okay.
for
Okay, so I will read the proclamation as follows. This is an action item, so whereas the Fair Housing Act enacted on April 11th of 1968 enriched into federal law the goal of eliminating racial segregation and ending housing discrimination in the United States, and whereas the Fair Housing Act prohibits discrimination in housing based on race, color, religion, sex, familial status, national origin, and disability, and commits recipients of federal funding to affirmatively further fair housing in their communities. And whereas Hidalgo County is committed to the mission of intent of Congress to provide fair and equal housing opportunities, and whereas our social fabric, the economy, health, and environment are strengthened in diverse, inclusive communities, and whereas more than 5 years after the passage of the Fair Housing Act, discrimination persists and many communities remain segregated. And whereas acts of housing discrimination and barriers to equal housing opportunity are repugnant to a common sense of decency and fairness. Now therefore, I, J.R. Garza, Mayor of the City of Alamo, Texas, by the authority vested in me, do hereby, on behalf of the citizens of Alamo, Texas, declare April 2025 as Fair Housing Month.
I motion to approve.
Second.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. We'll go to item E, consideration and possible action to award a bid for janitorial services. Ms. Adela,
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners.
good evening.
The city solicited sealed bids for janitorial services. The solicitation for services was advertised on March 12 and 19 with bid opening on April 3rd. This contract agreement is for an additional 2 years. 5 bids were received and reviewed by staff with specifications outlined in the bid documents. Based on the evaluation, it is recommended the contract be awarded to CNC Cleaning and Janitorial Services. Staff recommends to award bid. Any questions?
I'll make a motion to, for CNC cleaning and janitorial.
Bobby, is there, this is 2 years?
Yes.
Is there a way to, that gives you the option to extend it if it's something that you're happy with as a city manager?
If I'm not mistaken, it's a 2-year with a 1-year extension?
Yes, with an option to extend for 1 additional
So
year.
we're,
Can we-
Total of 3 years?
We
3
can
years.
just do that here. We can make a motion for 3.
Oh, it is already.
Oh, it already is.
It's,
Written up
it's
that way.
already in there, because it just seemed like it was like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
2 years, yeah.
Okay. So could you have the authority to do that without
Yes.
bringing it back to us?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
My
I'll s-
second.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Adela. We'll go to item F, consideration and action to select an architect for the City of Alamo remodel reconstruction of Fire Station Number 2.
Yes, Mayor, Commissioners, we provided you the item for the selection of an architect for Fire Station Number 2. They weren't in your packet, but we did include them as separate handouts. We had 5 different architects that submitted. We advertised for the architectural services for the remodeling of Fire Station Number 2. Qualifications were received, reviewed, and graded by city staff. We used various criteria in determining the scores of the firms, including overall qualification, project-specific expertise, management and organizational approach, etc. And the staff is recommending the selection of Gignac Architects to serve as the architect for the Fire Station Number 2 remodeling project. This item's not before you.
Bobby, there's 4 sheets. You added a 4th person to the grading, or no?
No, it's a total,
Oh,
and then you have the 3.
no, but on the actual grading sheet that you graded, how many,
There was,
4 of you?
no, there was 5. 5 architects. and,
No.
3,
But
there was only
on
3.
staff, the grade,
There
they
was
did
only
the,
3.
oh, there was only 3.
There was only 3.
Okay. Do you have I guess we gotta make this decision first, and then you bring the ideas of what you wanna do to that station? Is that, how this is
Yes,
working?
yes,
Have any of them done fire stations before?
yes, all those did.
All of them.
Make a motion to approve the recommendation from the city manager.
Second.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. We'll go to item G, consideration and action to select an architect for the City of Alamo remodel reconstruction of City Hall Annex Building.
Yes, Mayor, the City of Alamo has advertised and requested RFQs for architectural services for the remodeling of what we're calling the City Hall Annex Building. You know it currently as the Old Museum. Basically, the qualifications were received, reviewed, graded by staff. Again, we did receive four different architects, and we actually had a 3-way tie on this one. Staff used various criteria in determining the scores of the firms, including the overall qualification, project-specific expertise, management, and organizational approach. Due to the tie, staff is recommending Sam Garcia Architects, since we've never used them before, and so that we can get an idea of the work that they perform. If we cannot come into an agreement on fees, we can always go with one of the other firms. This item's not before you.
I'll make a motion to approve staff recommendation.
Second.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. We'll go to item H, discussion and possible action on an ordinance for traffic control signage and street markings on Crockett Avenue, east of Tower Road, and induced by 4 neighborhoods, petitioning through Neighborhood Representative Irene Vasquez. Mr. Savala.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How you doing? In regard to this particular item, staff received several petitions. All of the petitions are included in your packet that would manifest or reflect their collective traffic safety concerns on Crockett, which would be east of Tower Road. The primary issue, of course, is speeding, if you will, and how to slow down the traffic on Crockett in this particular area. The request is for the city to carefully assess these concerns and then hopefully provide additional traffic control signage and or markings on Crockett. As far as the petitions, I labeled them as petition F and G and H. Overall, there's like 26 residents that signed these 2 petitions. The other exhibits that were provided by Ms. Vasquez, which is here this afternoon actually, would include Alamo Police Department press and news release indicating that in January 2025 there was an unfortunate accident in this particular area. I believe it's Crockett and Surge Loop, where there was a fatality, and she will go ahead and may expand on that in a few moments as well. A copy of that press release is in your packet. Some other of the exhibits, of course, on the south side of Crockett, this was displayed, I believe, in one of the platforms as far as the hike and bike trail. You may remember a county commissioner coming over here, and kind of a part of the hike and bike trail will be in the city of Alamo. One of the alignments is this particular component, the south side of Crockett. That just airs perhaps the need to consider some adjustments as far as traffic safety or prepare for them as well, because once you have the hike and bike trail, you're going to have people of all ages at all hours in the particular area as well. There's some other exhibits that are provided for you. In a nutshell, in our assessment, the level of neighborhood concern is compelling, with the forthcoming hike and bike trail, of course, running along Crockett. As indicated a few moments ago, this just intensifies the concern. The major traffic accident that occurred in January 2025 that resulted in fatality also induces a high sense of urgency to consider imposing additional traffic calming measures. Planning believes that the requested signage seems reasonable in light of the above factors and traffic accident as well. Our recommendation is to approve the ordinance that is affixed to your packet. This also, I believe, at the Traffic Safety Committee, I believe it was Officer Garcia was here as well, which testified that it would be helpful to go ahead and provide these measures as well. We did take the matter to the Traffic Safety Committee, and that was on March 31st, and where there was discussion and there was a unanimous approval from them also to sustain this recommendation. Now, at this point, I would like to let you know that Irene Vasquez and the companion is here, should you want to recognize them so they can go ahead and express their concerns as well.
Absolutely. Mrs. Vasquez, would you like to come up? Hi.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Happy
Hi.
you guys are allowing us.
Irene and Pita. We're here again, right?
Yeah.
Advocating for a neighborhood that we don't even live at. And just with this gentleman right here, this Justin Julian Rodriguez, motivated us to figure out what happened. And so you want to share?
So it's a total of 26 people that signed. Lupita's friend, which is the aunt of the deceased boy, teenager, they had a huge concern that they wanted change in this neighborhood. It's been an ongoing issue, according to what the residents were telling me, that people speed, they don't respect the lanes. There are 3 lanes. Usually the middle lanes have like signs on the road, or you can't see them. So they don't respect the middle lane, and they don't even respect some of the stop signs that are there. So I told them that the way to go about it is with a petition, and that if they're willing to sign, that I'm willing to help them. The biggest concern now raised after this little boy died, And there's 2 elementaries there. And we're very grateful also that you guys are gonna put a bike trail. But it's also very concerning because there's a lot of students there. And not only students, there's elderly, there's parents. And it's a big issue in the morning because there's a lot of traffic due to the schooling and after the school hours as well. Those are 2 concerns. The third concern is after late hours, there's drivers, cars, that they love to speed, they don't respect the stop signs, and they do revving. And the revving is so loud, you can hear it like from blocks and blocks away. So when a person calls to complain, by the time the officers get there, they're gone. So if please, on behalf from them, if something can be done as soon as possible. As soon as possible. Many of them did not come because they're kind of shy. Others, I noticed they were kind of like scared. It makes me a little bit sad about this. Scared. I told them and I edified each one of you guys, even law enforcement, for them to feel open, that you guys are kind, you guys are willing to hear them, and to be open, to not be scared. I don't know how the system was in the past, but they shouldn't be scared of any form of retaliation or something like that. Especially if they work within the city, they should feel open to come up here and voice their opinion. The same thing with law enforcement. If they're shy to call or they feel uncomfortable, I told them, you can email them. If for some reason you can't, call, email them. They're there to protect. And I'm very happy that law enforcement have been cooperating. You know, they're doing what they can in their hands. I also want to be thankful to the Traffic Safety Committee and Mr. Zavala for guiding us through. He's so patient. And that's very helpful. And also Lupita, because she's also has helped me through the process and encouraging me. But I'm pretty sure that the elderly would really appreciate this immensely. So hopefully you guys can make a decision and make it as soon as possible.
And as a matter of fact, today would have been his 15th birthday. This young gentleman that passed away, he would have been 15 today.
So his
What a
birthday
day, right?
was today.
It's not by coincidence. I think it's just the plan of God that has placed this in play to avoid another situation like this to happen. And we love our community. I've lived here 55 years of my life. And where I live here close by, but if there's an issue somewhere else, I don't mind, advocating for them.
Sure.
Because we love our city, and we've all grown up here, basically. So I appreciate you all's time that you all are here to hear us out, and hopefully this change can be done. I think it's urgent.
Yes,
Because I don't know what the situation is gonna come across once the bike lane, the trail gets put in place. How are the students gonna be walking with this bike trail in place and the traffic is so congested in that area? So, thank you so much for your time. I don't know if you have anything else.
The other thing I wanted to mention, if in memory of this teenager, if we can do our outermost effort to make it in a way that it makes it challenging for people to speed here. Because that guy that took his life was speeding really fast. And on top of that, he was involved in drug dealing. And that sector comes from Donna. So we definitely want to keep our eyes there. We don't want our children or our elementary kids, to be hurt like this, because this is devastating. So definitely, hopefully, everything goes well, and there's a huge change to make sure this does not happen again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Zavala, the concerns that were brought, were they all addressed and taken care of by the Traffic Safety Committee?
Oh, yes. They had all the information that Irene gave us as well. Whatever I received, they received in a refined fashion as well. It was well discussed. And yes,
Okay.
answer your question. Sorry.
Ms. Vasquez and Ms. Castillo, I want to thank you all for bringing these concerns to the City Commission. This is what it's about. bringing the concerns to us and letting us hear things that are going on in the city that, you know, we can't always be everywhere, but with the help of people like you all, the concerns will be addressed and they'll take you care of. So I'll make a motion to approve.
Thank you. Can I just, Mr. Zavala, I just got one thing. I did notice on Palmview, we put several stop signs there on Palmview Lane. Which is great, you know, my understanding there was a lot of speeding going through there. But I did mention to some of the committee members on the board about that, you know how we have Vanguard and we have Idea.
Correct.
In that area, coming out of Crockett onto Tower, it's been like very challenging for them to get out.
Actually, that's probably the next item that the Traffic Safety Committee will be looking at.
Thank you.
Ms. Vasquez and others have already provided that document. So it'll be properly assessed. I think it was forwarded to the chief as well, but it's just a matter that on Crockett and Tower, there's a jog, but
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Zavala.
Mr. Zavala, I have one quick question. What's the threshold requirement for a traffic light?
I'm not sure how to answer that question because that's not a TxDOT road, if you will. TxDOT has their own rules. That's a city road. So I believe that, no, well, as far as that would go, you're asking somebody in the planning office. I'll defer to Chief Solis, but as far as in my assessment, it is when it is too congested, there's the level of incidents, the level of accidents, that are near accidents also need to occur. Pedestrian traffic also needs to be factored in. So when it gets too intense as far as the pedestrian and traffic safety with and the accident numbers, then that would be the time I think that the city needs to go ahead and look at that. The other thought also is how much is it going to cost? So that's something for management to be looking at as well.
I don't think we have a policy where we would cap a price for safety. I mean, I think safety is priceless. So whatever it would cost, I mean, we would crunch the numbers. But when it comes to safety, I know that, I can only speak for myself, but I presume my colleagues would agree that we would invest in safety regardless of the price.
Right. What the way I would handle that typically is I would engage a consultant that does this sort of work to study it and come back with a recommendation as far as how to fix it and also what's the cost analysis of that as well. So that could be presented maybe to traffic safety, but maybe that's something for management to talk with you all about as well, as far as engaging somebody that actually a professional to do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Mr.
Before we move forward, does anyone else in the audience wish to come forward on this item? Yeah. No, yeah, it's just this item, but right now we'll go to public comment for any other items that you might want to come forward. Okay, we'll go to that one right now. Yeah, we'll go, no, next, after this. Yeah.
I want to say thank you, ladies, for being here, for doing your part, really and truthfully, for advocating. Today, you have helped make Alamo a better city and a safer city. So thank you so much. God bless you all. Our condolences to your family, and happy birthday to him in heaven.
Mayor, can I just, one more thing?
Sure.
I just kind of wanted to address the public and also the people out there watching the meeting. We want you to know that we are here to listen and feel comfortable to be able to come and speak to mayor or any of the city councilmen. We're here for you. We're public servants for you. If there's any concerns that might come up that are out there that we may not know, but we're a phone call away. Contact our city secretary, and we'll return your phone call as soon as we can. So we just want to let you guys know that we're here for you all. Okay.
Thank you, Commissioner. Anyone else on this item? So I think we have a motion on the table in a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you so much. Thank you. We will now go, before we move forward, we're going to go to public comment. Residents must sign up prior to the city meeting to address the city. commission about a set agenda item. We have Mrs. Sandra Copson. You wish to come up, ma'am?
I've never been here before. This is my first time to come to a meeting.
Welcome to.
I've met a couple of these gentlemen over here. We had the pleasure. We had a situation, and it had to do with the recent rains that came last month. So I'm here to bring attention to that because, well, I might have to read this.
It's okay.
Okay, that's okay. All right, thank you. Our family, my family, and our neighbor's family have lived in Alamo and owned the property for 47 years. We've lived here and we've never had an issue with flooding. Even though it seems a little low in our area, there has never been an issue. We've gone through so many hurricanes and there has not been a problem. But we also have a new subdivision that was built. And this subdivision is, they have a retention pond and they also have curb and gutter. And the water, well, Mr. Yoder, who is our neighbor, and his family have lived there just as long as we have. So we know them, we're close to them. He's actually our pastor now. And when the rain began to start, well, when it started raining, we knew something was going to happen because of the subdivision that was built next to us. It's built up high, and then they have their land sloped down. They have curb and gutter, they have a retention pond, but the water didn't go that way. The water came towards our homes. And they have cameras, and it shows where the water came through, and the time that it came through, I have photos as well, and it brought water in our homes. And we had never had that before. In all of our years, 47 years living there, we've never had that. Now, today, we're dealing with the mold, because we got about an inch. We're blessed, we're thankful, because I've seen what has happened to other homes, high flooding. But we are very concerned, and so we called on Mr. Cruz and Mr. Zavala, and they came and they met with us. And there was also a gentleman from Public Works and Miss Dahlia. I don't even know Dahlia's last name, so Miss Dahlia. I believe she works in the office. And they came with the plans and looked at the subdivision, which is called Aquí Descansado. And, you know, there were opinions and thoughts about what has happened and what happened there. And so I'm waiting for an update. I'd like to know what can be done, especially with the subdivision there, because the way it's built, well, the way the slope is coming down, it's towards us. And it's not towards the front where the curb and gutter is, where the retention pond is at. And so we haven't even come into hurricane season. Not looking forward to that, because it's a very deep concern that we have. And so we're coming here to appeal to you all. If you can check into that, what is going on with the subdivision. There's 2 more homes. There's actually 15 homes on the east side of us and their backside, and there's 15 homes just there. And anyhow, I wanted to bring that, and it's been our homestead all these years, so we have a lot of concerns now. And we appreciate these men coming quickly, very quickly, and speaking with us and talking to Mr. Yoder, who owns the property next to us. So we look forward to hearing back, to seeing what can be done, that sort of thing. So those are our concerns.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We will be looking into this. Thank you.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Okay, does anyone else wish to come up for public comment? Does anyone else, Miss Elena, were you on, did you want to, no? Okay. So I think we're good. All right, this concludes our public comment. We will now go to the next item, item I. This is a item that was tabled last meeting. This is a discussion and possible action to appoint or reappoint 5 members to the City of Alamo's Tax Increment Reinvestment Zone Number 1 Board of Directors.
Mr. Mayor, this item needs to be removed from the table. discussion and action.
I'll make a motion to untable this item.
I'll second that. I have a first and a second. Item is now untabled.
Yes, on this particular item, of course, the information that you have before you indicates that the TERS members, their 2 years have expired, if you will, already. And I believe that was as of March 7th of this year. The names were indicated actually in the write-up as well, who they were. And the ordinance that was adopted before, we're looking to adopt a new one, but whoever you want to appoint or reappoint in the TERS board. The tenure, I believe, is for 2 years.
Mrs. Zavala, do we have any of the previous members here in the audience?
I don't think so, no.
Well, I just have two more questions, actually. When was the last time that they met?
I believe they don't normally meet frequently, like PNZ. They meet really like maybe once a year, as needed.
It would have been like March of last year, May of last year, more or less.
My second question was, do you happen to know what exactly was going on at that meeting last year in March?
I don't recall, no. I'm sure there was some sort of perhaps an economic development project to consider, or some required action by the TERS, but I don't have the minutes.
I guess this leads me to a third question. Who actually runs those meetings? Is there like a presentation or like a presenter?
It's management is there, certainly. Isauro's there as well, the EDC, the chairman is supposed to be handling the meeting as well. So those are three of the major people that would lead the meeting. But probably the city manager would probably be the lead on that.
Do you happen to recall what the...
It's one of two things. It was either the Alamo development discussion or the payment for Tower Road.
Oh, yeah,
The
that's right.
half of the 800,000 that it cost to do Tower Road.
Is the reason that they don't meet very often because there's nothing to discuss, or is that just written in the ordinance?
No, they could meet as many times as needed, just depending on how we're going to use TERS funding for whatever projects there are.
And then this is just a very interesting topic for me because we're trying to develop the city as fast as possible and doing it the right way. So I just had a couple questions to ask, but thank you guys for addressing those questions.
Sure.
Yeah, I still have a few more, but I'll reserve those.
So, we all appoint someone?
Are the members willing and wanting to stay on the board, Mr. Zavala?
I'm sure they are. They're very dedicated.
Okay.
In their field and all.
So do we all have like, is it in order, one, the mayor, two,
No, we just make one motion.
Why motion to appoint Emilio Villanueva?
Go ahead and second that motion.
What was the name?
Do we do,
We do 'em
do
all.
we have to do each
Emilio.
one, or?
Who would that be replacing?
Asael or who's,
Alanis.
or Gilbert Herrera, whoever number 5 is?
Got it. Emilio Villanueva.
I'd like to appoint Myra Benedetti. Myra from Myra.
I want to reappoint Keith Ackland.
Okay. Keith.
I'll go ahead and reappoint David Suarez.
David Mayer.
Who's still left on there?
Asael.
Okay. I'll make a motion to reappoint Asayed.
Okay. Your vote.
Second.
I got a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
Okay.
We'll now go to item J. Can I have a motion to untable this item?
Make a motion to untable.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Item is now untabled. Item J is discussion and possible action to re-amend Title 10 zoning regulations to include business recycling facility as a conditional use in the commercial and industrial zoning districts with correlating compliance criteria thereby.
Yes, the last time we discussed this, we were looking at actually from the previous approval date as far as a discussion of increasing the distance of a recycling building, if you will, to area residents to be not just 200 feet, but 300 feet. That has been inserted in the ordinance as of before. One of the other things that was vocalized last time we met about 14 days ago or so was we wanted to protect the commercial corridor from recycling. That has been injected here already as well. So that way, it will not be on the major streets that are identified as a commercial corridor. Of course, the state streets, that's also FM 495, Business 83, the Expressway, Alamo Road. It also includes Cesar Chavez and Tower as well. So that's been taken care of as far as this ordinance goes. You won't see that on those streets.
Thank you, Mr.
They will, if anybody who wants to come in, I will adjust the application. This is the only area that you can have it with. And even if they want to apply, pursue it, it still requires a conditional use permit process, which is a public hearing process before P&Z, area neighbors will be alerted. And after that, of course, it comes to the public hearing process with the city commission as well. So it is well vetted, anything moving forward.
Okay.
Motion to approve staff recommendations?
Second. I have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Zavala.
Thank you, sir.
We'll go to item K, consideration and action to award a bid for the NFC Fitness Court slabs, Lions Park and Alanis Villa Gomez Park. Mr. Trevino.
Mr. Mayor, City Commission, I apologize for not putting this on your packet, but the third bid came into Friday night. That's why we missed the deadline to put it in your packet. Mr. Mayor, we, in City Commission, we had 3 bids, just for the record. They all had the same specs, emailed it to them, so they all knew exactly what they were bidding on. We had 3 bids, one for $24,900, one for $37,995, and the third one for $38,800. So we're recommending the low bid of S. Lerner Construction, LLC at $24,900.
Motion to approve.
Second.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries.
You have a start date for that? Trevino?
What?
You have a start date for that?
Yes, I'm having actually breakfast with, on Thursday at 8 o'clock in Harlingen with a lady from NFC to approve the sites. And then I'll meet with a contractor on Monday, so we can get a groundbreaking. And so I'll update you next week with the dates.
Okay. We will now go to item L, consideration and action to approve change order number 6 for the wastewater treatment plant project.
Mayor?
Yes, sir.
I have some legal questions with item L and M.
Okay, so we're gonna pull item L and item M for executive session. We will now go to item N, presentation and update on project management. I wanna discuss one item on here also in executive, but I guess we can get to that once we.
Ms. Leah, can you please put the presentation, please? Okay, Mr. Mayor, City Commission staff, citizens of Alamo. This is actually our mid-year project management report. So we were more detailed. We actually went out there and made sure where we're at every single project. This is the latest because we took this picture this morning to create the report for tonight. So on the next item, I started with drainage projects. As you know, the glow drainage project for $913,000 is underway as of today. They're still working on the project. As you can see, that's 13th Street all the way to Expressway on Duranta. That's been addressed, and they're still working just south of that. Ronnie, what's our completion date there, sir?
Excuse me?
A completion date, how much more time
Oh,
do we have?
they're probably about 75% complete.
Okay.
So,
Thank you, sir. Our next drainage
Oh,
project.
real quick, what's still pending on that one, Ronnie? What's left?
they've installed a line that's from the detention pond to the expressway, which is the outfall. Now they gotta, across the street, put the other line from Duranta into the pond. And then this is the out that they install, the in line is what they're gonna put in. So, but that one's a short piece, just from the Duranta to the pond.
Okay.
I know I asked Bobby about it, but how many inlets did they put from the pond out to?
Well, that, on the exit, they don't put any. The inlets are gonna be on the other line.
Oh, but to,
The inlets are gonna be at the exit of every street.
okay, yeah, sorry, but for the pond to release into?
drain, it's
That's what's been installed is a release.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's just one from the pond out?
Right.
and that'll connect into TxDOT's.
That's the one that's connected at the frontage road of TxDOT.
So it bleeds out that way,
Yeah.
Leads out to the north.
to the north. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
And just for the record, that was almost a 100% grant. The only matching for the city was about $10,000. The next drainage project, Chihuahuas, man, the water got us here too early. This project was bidded out and awarded like a week before for $1.183 million through TxDOT. They had budgeted 1.4. If God could have just waited 3-4 more months, we would have had a night test here. After speaking to Ronnie, which is the one that developed all these plans for the state, this project should be ready to go between 30 to 40 days. We'll be reaching out to the state, Mr. Mayor, as per your request to have a pre-construction meeting, so make sure how this project is gonna play out, delays, and so we'll reach out to you all once we get that date. But for sure, it will be a pre-construction.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
Yes, sir. We'll try to address that as soon as possible for you. Again, this funding was 100% by TxDOT, so we're able to save the city of Alamo almost $1.2 million. Next item, please.
Real
Yes,
quick,
sir.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
No, go ahead. Oh,
Go ahead.
I know the mayor and you worked together on bringing that project about helping out some of these businesses. Has anybody come to you for help on these businesses that got, that took in
The only
funding?
call, I had reached out, but the only person that actually reached out to me this morning was the the regional manager from Whataburger. He said that their timeline looks about 2 months to shut down. And I will make some comments. I'll update you on another stuff in executive session. But him and I will be meeting early next week. He told me to text him on Monday to see how the schedule is, because he's all around the regional
Okay,
area.
at least maybe we can notify them what the project that was started with the city and the
Yes,
EDC.
that's-
Those businesses that were affected there.
Yes. There's another project that we're doing through the ADC, which I will update you also at the executive session.
And Ronnie, on this project, can you kind of explain just for the public, whoever's hearing or watching us, the impact that it'll have on that area?
Well, this is like, again, like a phase 2 of the other project, because it's, the other one took out all the water coming from, let's just say the Walmart area, everything south of there that goes down Duranta. It's gonna go into the pond. So now the phase 2 is the other piece. When it goes from Duranta, all the water that's going towards Alamo Road will be picked up there, and it's gonna go to the expressway. And we're using large pipes, 36-inch, 42-inch pipes, tied straight into the TxDOT system.
And before, how many inches were the pipes, or currently?
To be honest,
Yeah.
TxDOT doesn't even know what they have in there. They really don't.
Okay.
What we're doing is cleaning up a lot of area that they have no idea what they have underground. All they know that everything's stopped up, because the cameras wouldn't go through it, but there were probably 24-inch or maybe even 18-inch lines.
Ronnie, what do you think, what year was that infrastructure done, if you had to guess?
When they did the expressway phase 2, I don't know when it was done, probably in 2000 maybe? I'm not sure what year it was done, but not when they did the expressway the first time. It was when they did the upgrades. I think it was the year 2003 or something like that, maybe? Somewhere around there.
Bobby, the pre-construction meetings, how long do they last?
The what construction?
Like pre-construction meetings, how long do they last?
How long long do they last?
Like if you were to have a pre-construction meeting right now, how long would it last?
20, 30 minutes?
Is there any way maybe that we can have this before one of our meetings as a workshop so that the people can see the project or what it tells?
It's a TechStop project, we can ask,
Yeah,
because
we'll
more
copy.
likely they would be the ones to run that.
Mhm.
But since we do have a vested interest in it, we can always ask and see if it's possible to.
Can you find out, say maybe if we can?
You would want the pre-con at night?
Or
Is
in
that
the
what you're talking
afternoon-
about?
In the afternoon before, maybe for a meeting.
Before, so then maybe,
Make the pre-con a workshop.
maybe next Tuesday, the next Tuesday meeting.
Yeah, that way the business owners can also maybe, if they have any interest in it,
I'll ask Hector tomorrow.
okay.
If he can do that, to schedule it this much. All we know is the contractor wants to start ASAP, so, which is 30 days to 45 days.
Great.
That's ASAP.
And what is the timeline on something like this, Ronnie? What do you think?
I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, like 9 months. But, it depends on how there's just a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And the problem is gonna be traffic.
Yeah.
Traffic control.
Right. Thank you.
Okay.
Next slide. Well, this is actually part 3. Because you can see we have some of those areas there in Alamo on Duranta. So part 3 is right here. On this area. So that funding, since we already exhausted the state funding, it's going back. We went, AJ and I were in DC, met with Vicente Gonzalez one night, and then with our legislative director the following day. It looked very promising because we're shovel ready. And now we already submitted the community project funding request on time. I just got feedback from them that the project looks good and it's moving forward. Usually these projects, if funded, we should know by the summer. And we requested the full amount of the project, which is $2.4 million. The next project is the water plant renovations. I took that picture this morning. The Claricone on the first picture is almost complete. If I recall, we're hopefully shooting by the end of the month because we met with the project engineer last week. We currently are talking to North Alamo Water Supply to give us sufficient water to continue on the second Claricone. You'll see that contract at the next meeting. Next slide, please. This morning, I was also at the Morningside South Water Line Improvements Project. It's underway. That project was awarded at $433,333. Next item, please.
I'm sorry, real quick on that water line improvement. What is that? How is that? Or what is the impact on this project?
Bobby?
It's an urban county program project. So we're installing 8-inch lines. Right now they have 1.5-inch lines to serve their properties, and there's no fire protection or fire lines. So this project is going to install 8-inch lines throughout the subdivision and provide fire hydrants for the subdivision itself. That's located on the southeast corner of Ridge and Cesar Chavez Road.
And now I remember about 260,000 was Urban County, and then the city put the rest, the difference.
Is that so our water ETG or our CCM goes how far south? That got the right?
Yes. In the south area, our CCN is very jagged. It moves a lot, so it's hard to stay.
You gotta fix that.
Yeah, I've asked.
Ask hard.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Mayor? Yeah. The next project is also Morningside, but that's a sour sewer project. That came in at, that was awarded at $944,444. As you know, Mayor, I think we met with Rick last week on another project, but he updated us on this one. They're already putting the lift station together. I'm not sure if they got power already with Magic Valley. That was the only thing pending. And I believe he said they were like 6 weeks out. Once all
Yeah,
that's-
it's just the odor control is the only thing pending on this one. It was ordered, and it should get here soon. And Bobby, on this project, what is the What is the deadline? I know it's in May sometime.
So, yes, this one, I believe the odor controls come in late April. Once that is in, they're pretty much gonna be done. It's at like 90%.
But what is the completion?
The completion date, I don't recall the exact date, but I think it is mid-May.
It's about a month away. Next project. This, as you know, we already awarded the contract to an engineer to commence this project, which will be the Durana Widening Project. There's a grant that Bobby forwarded to me last week. There might be some funding to offset only the engineering expenses for this project. I haven't reviewed the entire grant, I just know it's due in late June, so once I do the brief on the project, I'll update you at the next project management report. Next slide. While I was taking pictures on the Morningside South, I saw the striping company, and this is on Ridge and Cesar Chavez. So you can see the striping has already begun. Next project. This is the Alanis Park as of this morning. As you can see, it's already all staked out. They have all the stakes, they leveled them yesterday. It's gonna take about 6 weeks to put the entire playground, another 2 weeks to prep the entire safety features, and then another 2 weeks to put all the concrete. So we've started, you see Lions Park on your right. We just approved the foundation, so we'll be getting started first on Lions Park for the fitness court, hopefully very, very soon. Next project. Fire Station 2, this is a picture of this morning. The exterior of the project is $468,485 were invested in this project. If I'm correct, Bobby, did you all have a tentative April 30th? Are we still?
A tentative ribbon cutting on April 30th, that's correct.
So there'll be a tentative April 30th ribbon cutting for that fire station. Number 2. Next project. This is the actual new public station building site, which is next to the post office, just east of it. You see it now, we actually have the contract with the architect to get started, so soon, hopefully, we'll have our groundbreaking to commence that project. Next item. You just had the presentation on Tower Road for the LED lights. We're just showing a now picture, and hopefully soon, we'll have the LED lights installed.
Bobby, how are you all gonna remove those solar lights? Or what's the plan?
We'll remove them once the LEDs are installed. I didn't want to leave it without light. So if they're not working, we could remove them now. But, you know, I mentioned to Public Works to just hold off until the install of the LEDs were done.
They going back in the same place or what?
Say it again?
Are they going back in the same place?
No.
It's a wider separation.
Like that, the way the spacing on those lights are, that they're way too close, so the LEDs will be spaced further. Basically at every street intersection and more or less every other alley area.
So will they address, like on Duranta, you can see where there's some caution tape where the previous ones were? Will they address that once we're done?
Yeah, they should handle that.
Commissioner, the reason it takes so long, there's a lot of engineering to make sure every light maximizes, they're not too close, too far.
And
That's why it takes so long.
But there's also gonna be some that are not replaced, but you got bolts and stuff coming up out of the ground.
Yes.
So we can go make sure and clear that up.
On Duranta, were there some pads left, things like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's
Especially
something
right
that-
here closer to 6th Street in that area. They still have caution tape wrapped around them, but, you know, once
We just need to like flatten them?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
2 more slides only. I just wanted to give you a tally of everything that we've been working on. And the next slide, please. Leah. So the Globe project, 913,000. TxDOT, Alamo drainage, 1.183. The water plant, we have 3.5. The Morningside project, sewer, 944. The water line project, 433. We already put $1 million on Duranta. That's been encumbered. The striping projects are 82,000. Alanis is 1.85. Lions is 125. Fire Station 2 is 468. New Public Safety is 650. E-grants, last year we hit 43. This year we submitted 965. And that number is still misleading. because it's not 18 million for, I forgot to put the sidewalk grant that we met last week on, Mayor. So we're actually like a 19.7, just in the last 2 years, what we've been working on. And that's just like money that we kind of control, and it's at our discretion, and we're still working on. Now, go to the next slide. This is money that we've been lobbying for last year and this year. As you all know, for Alamo Day, we met with the Texas Wildland Development Board on the $9.2 million for the water plant. The best news we got is 70% forgiveness, so we're only responsible 30% of whatever we use. As you all know, we still have the lift station rider, which is going to be a huge impact in our area, finally fixing that for $5.3 million. And we also have a parks rider for $1.5 million. So right now, as you know, there's a lot of action still going in Austin, and they should be wrapping up June 2nd. We have $16 million on request on those 3 projects. In DC, we have 2 projects. The drainage project I just showed you, which is $2.4 million. And just in case we need more sewer improvements related to a lift station, we requested $2 million in Monica's office. Well, that's an additional 4.24 monies we're seeking from DC. Once you put together the $18 million that's in our control right now locally, of course with state and federal assistance, the Austin pending funds, the DC funds, we're actually at $38 million in the last 2 years on ongoing projects and pending funding. As you all know, I do other work for other cities. I can put those cities together. We don't even get half of that. So I just want to congratulate you for your vision, your patience, and following the process. I mean, $38 million for a size of Alamo is unheard. And that's it. As mentioned, Mayor, there's a couple items I want to discuss in executive session and relate to project management. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Trevino. Any questions regarding any of the projects?
I just want to say thank you to Mr. Trevino for always having a great presentation for the public. I know that we do this almost every meeting just so that they're aware. A lot of times I get questions on what are we doing to update the city. Well, we have a social media page. We always have these presentations. People want to know what projects are being done. We're literally laying it out for everybody to read and to hear and to see. But it's important. It's important to continue informing them because sometimes people forget, you know, in times they focus on other things. But it's important to always remind the public what exactly we're doing and what projects we're actually getting completed and with what funding, especially the funding. So thank you, Mr. Trevino.
Thank you, Commissioner AJ. Anyone else? Okay, we'll go to item O, departmental reports. They're in your packets. Any questions, comments, concerns? If not, we'll move on to executive session. The city commission may retire to executive session under the Texas Government Code Section 551.071 to confer with its legal counsel on any subject matter in this agenda. We will be discussing 2 items, which is item L, consideration and action to approve change order number 6 for the wastewater treatment plant project. And also item M, consideration and action to approve the architectural and engineering services contract for the public safety building / court. And also another update on the project management for fiscal year 2024-2025. It is now 7:24 and we will retire into executive session. It is now 8:11 and we are back from executive session. Item on the agenda is item L, consideration and action to approve change order number 6 for the wastewater treatment plant project.
I make a motion to authorize the city manager to negotiate as discussed in executive session.
Second.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. We'll go to the next item, item M, consideration and action to approve the architectural and engineering services contract for public safety building and court.
I make a motion that give the authorization to city manager to discuss and negotiate as discussed in executive session.
Second.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, motion carries. We will now go to adjournment. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a first and a second. Thank you for being here. Good night.
Motion carries.